Captain's Log Supplemental. Hey everybody, Captain Foley with you today. Just got a few quick things I want to share with you guys, and maybe a question or two to ask you, which would really appreciate your input on. First of all, I got to start by saying I'm not having the best day today. I don't feel very well. Not physically, emotionally. I just a little bit of a wreck today. So I thought I'd make a Captain's Log Supplemental and try to improve my mood by talking to you guys. First things first, on the weekend, on Sunday, me and my wife took our youngest Christian to the Forest City Comic Con here in London, Ontario. Good time. It was a good show. Bigger than last year. They moved it to a different convention center. So it's getting bigger, and it was an awesome show this year. So that's the first thing. Now I got a few things from the show that I just want to share with you guys, because I've been wanting these for a while. Could never find them, and if I did, they were a little too pricey for me. But Star Trek Kirk and Con Diorama set. I'm actually going to open these up and share these with you guys. But there's that one. And the Spock with the Horda. So I've been looking for these for a while. Couldn't find them, and found them at the convention. Obviously, they were $20 each, but the guy gave them to us for $35, which I thought was a pretty good deal. I mean, I found some other ones online before that were a little bit pricier than that, probably about $30 each, after shipping and all that as well too. So I'm going to open those up real quick. I want to take a look at them. I'm excited to do that, and I wanted to share that with you guys. And then after that, I've got one or two other little things to chat with you about and get your opinion on, perhaps. I just did a loot box on a loot crate unboxing a few minutes ago. That is now uploading. If you have the time later, check it out. Yeah, so you might hear a beep in a second or two. That's just because it's done rendering, and then I can upload it. So right away, I'm going to just open these up and see what we got. And just something I want to share with you guys too. Whenever you open packages like this, if you want to kind of preserve the packaging, what I do is I take a knife, a hobby knife, and you just slice around here like so, just on 3 sides. Put the knife back so that when you open it up, you can open it up, pull this out, and then if you need to repackage it at some point, you can repackage it and have it look like it hasn't been opened, because you've got a nice clean edge along here. Just a little tip that I've learned over the years. I don't know, a lot of people like to preserve their packaging, as do I, for a lot of things. And every now and then you want to put the item back in there. So that's the way I do it, so that you can actually do that. So I don't know if you guys were aware of that, but there you go. Hopefully that's a tip that'll help you out. So I got the first one open, the Kirk and Con. And it comes in 3 basic pieces. You got this part, which is the engineering console. The floor. So that's like the back part of the packaging. Underneath that, taped to the box, was this. You've got your engineering console there, and yeah. So let me know in the comments if any of you guys have these and what you think of them. So yeah, there's this piece and this piece. Not quite sure how that goes yet. I'll have to find out in a second here. But then the next piece is, of course, this, where you've got the figures. Looks like Khan's in free fall almost, or floating in space. And that angle looks really bad for Kirk. Anyway, so I'm going to quickly throw this together into some kind of cohesive diorama type deal, and I'll see you in just a second. Building stuff and things, doing diorama type stuff and things, making my toy look awesome. Oh, I wasn't aware I was recording that. Or was I? It's underway. Ah, rendering done. Uploading this in a second. My Loot Crate unboxing. Check it out. So that piece in the back can either be this, or you can interchange it and have that. I don't know which I like better. This one or this one. Probably this one for now, I think. For now. Another tip for opening these kind of things is these little things. I just clip them and then here, this one I clipped already. Just pull them straight out. So easy to open, you don't have to untwist them. Just a little pair of side clippers there, and that's all you need. Even fingernail clippers will work. Another little tip, these Art Asylum Diamond Select figures always come with like extra hands and whatnot so you can do different poses. Where do you store those? Well, I always have different collectible mugs. I have my Enterprise mug, I have my Kirk mug. They're on display with all my other Star Trek stuff in the other room. But if you look in there, there's a collection of hands, pins, loose parts. So they're all in here if I need to root through and find any hands or anything that work. Just a good idea. I'd like to share it. Now this diorama scene is cool because you're going to have Kirk just on his pegs on standing up, attacking Khan. Or there's also the drop kick pose, which I'm going to put the other legs on and you actually stick a little peg, clear peg in there so you can be doing the drop kick thing. So I'm going to try that right now, see which one I like better. And there's him in his awesome drop kick pose. So it's cool, you can have two different poses for Kirk. One where he can actually stand on his own and the other where he's doing the drop kick thing. The only thing I don't like about this one really is the fact that you can't repose Khan. He's always in that position, so you can't like stand him up and use him as an additional figure. But it is cool to get the engineering background, as it were. So I think I'm probably going to keep it like this. It looks more dynamic. Don't know if I'll change his hands around at all. Maybe I will, I don't know. We'll see. But for now, that's what it is. Or we can also do that. Maybe I'll do that. Alright, so let's move on to the Spock one now. Actually, I just put in his action hands. This is all one piece where he's holding on to the pipe. But I think with him jumping, some kind of more dynamic pose like that might be better. I'll see. I'll have to change it up and play with it a little bit. But I think there's so many variations and possibilities with this. It's something you can change on a regular basis, perhaps. I don't know where I'm going to put this yet. Put it in the background, maybe one of my videos. I don't know. I probably have room in the other room with all my Star Trek stuff, but I got to go make some room. I don't know. Cool. Awesome, 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 awesome toy. Really, I'm glad I got it. And yeah, anyway, before I move on to the Spock figure, I just want to show you guys something real quick. So when you cut your packaging, you can throw it the way that I told you, with just 3 sides. You can throw all that extra stuff back in there, and then you can have it like this. And now if you do want to throw them back in here, you can definitely do that. And you can still hang it on the wall or something, and it looks like it's not open. So just a great little tip for you guys out there. These hands are going in the cup of multiple parts. It's kind of disturbing if you think about it, all the hands and stuff that are in there. Meh. I realized I had an extra pair of Kirk legs as well from that set, so when I put them in the cup, it looks rather silly. You got Kirk's legs hanging out of the cup. But anyway, Spock, same thing, open it the same way. You got the 2 parts, you got the main body parts here. with a couple different tricorders, which is kind of neat. And this part, and it looks like there's the damaged part there on the Horta, and a little piece up here that you can make it undamaged. So we're going to open this and see what this is like. Damn it, Jim! I am a bricklayer. Look, if I can, there it is. There. So it can be undamaged or pain. This one's really neat because you got a lot of different choices for Spock. He's got his phaser, got his regular stoic face, also got his pain face. There's also the kneeling pose, his kneeling legs, and then his hands for touching the Horta. And those are my tricorders. Don't know why I got 2 tricorders, but it's cool. 2 tricorders. So let me see what kind of pose I'm going to put them in. So of course, the base has pegs on the bottom for both the kneeling and the standing part pose. So you can have him standing over the Horta. I believe I'm going to have him kneeling. I'm just going to do that right now. Okay, I've changed him to this kneeling position, but one thing I got to point out is the phaser does remain in his hand, so it's not a loose phaser like the other figures, which is all right. And the tricorders, the reason I got 2 of them was one has the flap open, one is closed. So I'm just going to use the flap open one, I think, and put it on him. And there's the kneeling pose. He can't get any closer to the Horta, unfortunately, just where the pegs are. So we can't actually touch it, but you get the idea of what's going to happen here. So very, very, very cool. And a very dynamic Spock figure that you can have a few or multiple different positions for. So yeah, I think that's how I'm going to have it. And then put all my... See, that looks like there's something funky going on all up in there. But yeah, put all the extra pieces, even the Horta bit, the other Spock head. They all just go in here, and that goes on the shelf. So there we have it, guys. This Captain's Log supplemental kind of turned into a product review, which I didn't really intend. So it's going to go in my Captain Foley product reviews playlist as well. So if you're watching the reviews playlist, you can see this. Check out the supplementals. If you see the supplemental and you want to see the reviews, I've done reviews on a bunch of stuff, not just Star Trek stuff, but check it out. So anyway, that's that. Now, we have other business to discuss. It's also worth mentioning that in those you get this little pamphlet, which is the same Art Asylum one they've had for a while now. It's got the Minimates Enterprise, which is behind me here, right there. The Enterprise I have in the other room, the D I have in the other room, the Refit I have in the other room, the Galaxy X, which I don't have, Enterprise E, which I don't have, and the Bird of Prey, which I don't have. The other side is more prop-based stuff. You've got your tricorder, which I have the scientific one. No, I have the scientific one. I need the medical one, and I need the geological survey one. You got your phasers, both brown handle and white handle. I have both of those. Communicator. And the Klingon Disruptor I've done a review for. Phaser, the black handle. So yeah, just different props and stuff. Same thing they've had in their Art Asylum stuff for a while now. So, all right, guys. So one of the questions we wanted to ask you guys from Trekyards is, what kind of release schedule would you like? We know we have mission briefings on Wednesday and regular Trekyards episodes on Saturday. Now, assuming that we reach our Patreon goal of like $500, we can keep top 10 coming out. We do have a few filmed that are in the bank, which we will release gradually, as well as fact files. But I mean, if we can hit 500, we can at least keep the top 10s because they're pretty easy to make and they're pretty fun for both of us and you guys. And there's been a lot of positive response to those. Now, would you want a top 10 on Sunday release? Tuesday? When would you? What would you guys think? Please put your comments in the put your suggestions in the comments below. Like I said, I'm having a bad day today. Bear with me, guys. So yeah, whatever you think schedule-wise would be good. If we can keep both the fact files and the top 10s, when would you want them scheduled? What kind of ideal Trekyards week would you have? We don't want to release one like every day, but if we have 4 episodes a week, I mean, just throw me some release schedules that you guys would be comfortable with. Also, we have filmed our first Fleet Yards episode. And I gotta say, A, it's gonna be fun. B, researching other ships that aren't Star Trek is actually a lot easier. The facts are the facts. Basically, there's not much fan extrapolation. If there is, it's not as detailed. I'm not going to say which franchise specifically, but I've looked at a few because we have a few in the design or the writing queue, as it were, for future Fleet Yards. That one should be released later this week, possibly early next week sometime. I'm not 100% sure yet how Samuel's coming along with that, but the ships are easy to research. A lot of the information isn't as conflicting. I find a lot of the information that I found was pretty in jive with itself. And yeah, a lot of it's not super detailed for a lot of these ships. Whereas Star Trek, you get all the conflicting information. Almost every episode of Trekyards, we've had conflicting information as far as sizes go, or weapons, or even launch dates and stuff like that, which we try to give you all the information that we have and let you make your own determination for those. But I think it speaks to the Star Trek fans. Star Trek fans are very devoted to their stuff. There is the official technical schematics and specs for things, but fans always they want to create their own. They want to expand on the current canon. For fan-made shows, they add additional weapons. They make other ships and modifications to older ships just to suit their purposes. So I find that Star Trek fans are very devoted to their stuff, and they do make changes and alterations, and it's really hard to see people argue about it. I mean, you say that a ship's a certain size and you get people screaming at you like, no, it's not, it's this book says so. Well, yeah, that's fine and dandy, but you got to keep into consideration that it's not all canon, and even the canon sometimes isn't canon when it comes to Star Trek. Star Trek canon is what you make it. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Just that Fleet Yards was fun to do. It was fun to do something different than Trek for a change. Not that I'm going to give up on Star Trek research or whatnot. Don't worry about that. That's still our primary goal here at Trekyards. But Fleet Yards was fun to do. We do want to do a few more of them. And like I said, we have a few ships lined up for that, which I'm going to be working on later today, hopefully, if I start feeling better. But I just wanted to let you guys know that Fleet Yards is going to be a fun show. It's got the same Trekyards feel. Me and Samuel Silver, same back and forth. So it's what you've come to expect from us here. So we hope you enjoy it, and we're looking forward to releasing it. We will, of course, do an announcement as soon as we know when it's being released. Should be soon. I released another fact file today on the Star Trek PADS, PADDS, Personal Access Display Devices. So check that out. Tomorrow is part 2 of the JJ Prize, which part 1 was received very well. Lots of positive feedback and no back and forth fighting. Which is good, because I told everybody ahead of time that if there's a lot of that, or name calling or bullying in the comments, that I would disable the comments, and I don't want to have to do that. At Trekyards, we encourage the fans to speculate and share their information, so to disable the comments would really be something I don't want to do. But you guys have played nice so far, so that's good. Part 2 is coming up tomorrow. I'd say part 2 is actually better than part 1, so stay tuned for that. And then, of course, on Saturday, we have part 2 of our Axanar special on the D6. And a lot of people have been complaining that we mentioned the FASA D6 a lot, and there is no FASA D6. Understandable. In my research, it was mentioned as a FASA D6 on a few different pages, and this comes back to this whole Star Trek research and fan-created content. So fans have created so much content over the years that to tie it all together sometimes gets confusing. I personally thought it was a FASA ship, and if it's not, I deeply apologize. Just understand that it's side canon then, if I say FASA in that episode. But a lot of the research I did find did refer to FASA and a D6. So just sorry, guys. I just wanted to set the record straight on that one so that I don't get yelled at again and again and again in the comments. Because we did our best on that episode, and it's an action-packed, information-packed, fun episode. So definitely check it out. Part 2 is coming up on Saturday. And I think that's it for now. This Captain's Log is running a little long, and as it also became a product review, which I did not intend. So thank you for tuning in, guys. Check out all of our other Trekyard stuff on the page. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and always, 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 always check back. I'm also releasing my Loot Crate unboxing video, so if you haven't seen any Loot Crates before, check it out. It's a good one this month. And you can maybe subscribe to the Loot Crate and get it yourself every month. I do Loot Crate and Nerd Block unboxings every month here, so lots of fun stuff going on this channel all the time. So please, please join, share, send it to your friends, have them subscribe. More subscribers, the better. Power! Power! Gives us power. With power, we can get sharks with frickin' laser beams on their heads and stuff. Or tribbles. Tribbles! With disruptors on their heads. Do they even have heads? I don't know. Tribbles with knives strapped to their back like the Bunny Wars. Oh. Yeah. I think I better go now. Bye, everybody.